Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome aboard. Thanks for checking in here on a Tuesday. Busy hour coming up. NBA Cup games tonight, one of which is starting here, by the way, pretty soon. Magic and the Heat. Derek Stevens going to join us in studio. A contest update from him, owner, CEO of Circa Las Vegas. In-pocket plays coming up a little bit later on as well. And updated numbers here after Monday Night Football and another just brutal performance by this Philadelphia offense. Other than Saquon Barkley, that was imagine if his name was not Jalen Hurts, if that was another guy that we consider like average or below average in the NFL, how much he'd be getting ripped. But I'm glad that we played that Sal Paolantonio audio multiple times on this show in primetime last night, because he comes on our show every single Wednesday. And when we asked him last week the biggest issue with this team, and he's like, now remember, I'm the host of the matchup show, so I watch a lot of film. And I'm telling you right now, the biggest issue is the quarterback. And like the stuff that he pointed out of how he can't see the receivers and he can't, you just can't detect them through the defensive line. That really, I thought, showed last night, Pauly, in that game. It wasn't entirely on him, like some of those bobbles and the drops. Not exactly his fault overall. But for the most part, he was horrendous in the game.
Yeah.
And so that's tough to watch when you're a team with this much hype, with really good wins, by the way, on the year. And by the way, you're the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yep. I looked at it where what their record could be with the close losses and the bad offensive performances. Your comeback earlier wasn't bad about they should have lost to the Chiefs. They should have lost to the Rams. They're lucky to be 8-5.
Yeah.
But he was pathetic. They got the gift with the neutral zone infraction on 4th and 4. You're thinking they're going to win the game. He throws into double coverage. Bad decision. He has 4 interceptions. The defense balls out and they lose again. You get the rushing attack going, as you said. So now I'm here for all of it. Number one, it's what's it going to be like for home games moving forward? How they're all over the OC, how they're all over the offense. They keep losing home games. They better blow out the Raiders. If that is even close in the first half, they're going to be all over them. Mm-hmm. And that could be a home field disadvantage. What could it be like in the playoffs? It screams 2 years ago when they imploded and were buried at Tampa in a listless performance. But I will say A.J. Brown let him down too.
Oh, yeah.
He's got him open a couple times. That interception wasn't on fire. I agree with Aikman. You would play in the NFL. You got to come down with that. You're complaining about not getting the ball. Then he throws it to you. You drop it. You drop 2. One leads to an interception.
Also, some bad effort out of him to begin the game, I thought.
Yeah, I thought there was some alligator arms, too.
Yeah.
No doubt. But still, they have so much damn talent, and they're sitting here 8-5, and it doesn't look good. Now, the thing, the Cowboys put themselves behind the 8 ball. That loss at home to Arizona looks worse so bad on Monday night. But it's tough, but doable with the schedule. You can beat the Vikings and Chargers at home, and then you go to Washington and the Giants. And the Eagles, that's one. And if they lose 2 more and the Cowboys run the table, which can happen, then that plus 950 might come in on the Eagles to miss, and the Cowboys 6-1 division, all that could come in, and still Dallas could still be thinking wild card if they go 10-6-1.
So the Eagles, now, again, you've been saying this, I think, almost every week because they played some bad defenses. But other than like that Vikings game, the Vikings didn't have a bad defense.
Second half of the Rams, too.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
It really has not been pretty the entire year.
Yeah.
But if the Eagles' offense can't get it going against the Bills' defense in a couple of weeks, I don't expect them to win that game at this point. And we're getting feedback from the Philadelphia area today saying, mark my words, lifelong fan, it's 2023 all over again. They will lose one of the games to the Commanders. Those are from people who live in Philadelphia, listening or watching the show today.
Yeah. I do think Sirianni on the hot seat is ludicrous. That to me is asinine. Just won the Super Bowl. Come on. Well, you can't pin all this on him. There's something going on chemistry-wise, and the new OC hasn't worked out.
I do think, though, that goes, again, this is not me talking, but this is like going back to last year. If they didn't win the Super Bowl,
well, right.
Remember, he was definitely on the hot seat for a couple of years ago.
Yeah. There's some puzzling decisions he's made.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But I don't think you can win the Super Bowl and then, okay, you're gone now. But it does look like it's a first-round exit coming. or a total debacle,
Right.
and they miss out entirely.
Well,
The other thing is what Herbert was able to do and playing with that broken hand that he didn't expect him to run, but it was self-preservation because they sacked him 7 times and he had no time to throw, and he's running for his life, and that was their best play, other than the dump off to Vidal early on. That's the only thing they accomplished in the passing attack, and the interceptions leading to field goals. And Dicker was their big weapon. I'm sure Fangio's livid after he's complained numerous times about we have to change the rules. It's too easy for these guys to hit field goals. Then you got Dicker bombs away from 50.
Was there ever a doubt, and you've been betting Dicker pretty much the entire year, was there ever a doubt that he was going to miss one of those?
Total confidence in that guy.
I never thought once he's going to miss this
He's
thing.
got the record. Did you see it?
Yeah. Highest of all time.
Yeah.
And it's just tractor beam right down the middle every single time.
That's right. Incredible.
What pressure for him.
Right. So had to have it. 9-4 now. Go to Kansas City. Chiefs still laying 4.5. Season on the line. They still have to play the Texans. They have to go to Dallas, and they have to go to Denver. 10-7 should be good enough.
Yeah. I get it, Paul. We can say this about any team in the league. But the Chargers without injuries, how good is this team? You take away the 2 tackles on one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Yeah,
right?
I know. If they were healthy with the O-line, they have so many weapons.
Yes,
they
they
can
do.
just go shotgun and spread you out and throw, and the rushing attack that you have.
Sure. And if his hand didn't get hurt, didn't affect him last night in terms of running the ball, but if he's not going to if the offensive line is healthy, now credit the Eagles' defensive line because they smoked Herbert a lot in that game. 7 sacks overall. You lost the game outright. But if those guys were still there, that probably doesn't happen, and Herbert is going to be much more comfortable behind a line that he can trust, other than probably knowing in the back of his head, oh my God, I'm going to be up against it again. They have the Texans in a couple of weeks.
I know, that's going to be
What is
tough.
that going to look like?
Yep, I know. They're hard to get a read on. Lost to the Giants. Lost at home to the Commanders. Blasted by the Colts at home.
Didn't they give up like 38 to Washington in that game?
No, they gave up 38 to the Colts. They gave up 27 to Washington.
27, okay.
Total domination at Jacksonville.
Oh, boy, that was, not pretty.
35-6. So you figure it doesn't go well offensively against the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Texans, or the Broncos. Just on it's hard to protect the guy with all these injuries. And it's also, they have an excellent coach, though. I'll say that. But I don't know if they get in, how dangerous they would be. But then again, we could be talking about Denver, New England, and Jacksonville as your top 3 seeds as well.
So when you break down the math, the Chiefs are approximately a 10%. They have about a 10% chance to make the playoffs now. If you look at different models, maybe a little bit less than that.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, there is a chance here.
Okay, right. Playing 4.5 Sunday.
Are you going to bet them?
No, can't do it.
There's no way I can bet them.
Nope.
They might win by 100. And for those of you who do bet them, congratulate. I can't do it.
I don't know. It seems Andy Reid seems off.
Yeah.
I don't. How do you apologize after the game and then you come back and change your mind?
Again,
If I had to do it all over again, I would. Andy, you were $3 to win the game in play.
The body language from him on Sunday night was just as bad as it gets.
Some updates. Great job. Ben Johnson on a podcast did say he was going to go for 2 in the win. Thank you. Bet365 has all the kicking props up to 4.5 made field goals. There were 9 last night. You can bet individual kickers.
All the way up to 5.
You can.
Okay.
Thanks for that as well. Also an update. Professional poker player Sammy the Sadist was knocked out as Circa Survivor last night with the Eagles. We're down to 10. From 900 to 10 in 2 weeks. He also cashed in Grandissimo. Over the weekend, I believe he also was involved in a heads-up in a poker tournament where $3 million was the top prize. He wasn't going to chop. A source at Survivor Sweat says there will not be a chop this week. 2 of the remaining 10 are poker players. Once we get past this week, maybe the other players will talk about a saver, take some money off the table, and go from there. Each entry now worth $1.8 million. Down to 10.
Oh.
Should be pretty straightforward. San Francisco, some Philly. We'll see if someone steps out. But apparently my source saying no chop.
All right. Updated odds for the New York Giants, their next head coach. The short shot on the board, now odds on, is Marcus Freeman, minus $2. After what happened with Notre Dame, Brad Powers joined us earlier. He's a Notre Dame fan, and he said that Freeman's ultimate goal is to be an NFL head coach. I think the Giants are going to be serious players beginning next year.
Yep.
They're not going to have this difficult schedule. It'll be a last-place schedule.
He'll fix the defense. They have talent.
And in theory, the offensive guys will come back and be fully healthy for a year.
Mike McCarthy. Big Mike in the barn, studying film.
Huge mistake.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Chris Shula's 5-1. Clint Kubiak and then Kafka to keep the job. They're both 9-1. Would you go defense or would you go offense if you're the Giants?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Maybe you just...
Hafley, the Green Bay DC's got some love.
Yeah, he does.
So Joe Brady at 12-1.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them going that direction, one of those two guys.
Maybe the thought is here you go defensive, and then the promise is like you have to agree that the coach is going to bring in like a stellar offensive mind, run the offense, because the offense should be fine. Like they're going to be, if they come back and play all their game, I mean, that's a tough unit, man.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is Stefanski, because he's a goner in Cleveland, but he's won the coach of the year twice.
Sure he is.
So I wonder
you're
if he'll
saying
get
goner after this year?
I think he's good, yeah. See if someone would bring him in. Right now is the best time of year for bettors in the all-new Boomer Sportsbook, bringing you the action, football, hockey, basketball, and more. Use code VEASAN250 when you sign up for a Boomer's mobile account, and they'll match your first deposit up to $250 in bonus bets, plus $5 on all NFL games in the regular season. Download the app today. Learn more. BetWithBoomer.com. Got to be 21. Terms and conditions apply. Bet responsibly. BetWithBoomer.com.
We do have NBA Cup games tonight. Every team playing has issues. We'll tell you what they are coming up on Follow the Money. It's VEASAN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VEASAN.
We do have cup games tonight in the NBA. One game just started in Orlando. Miami and the Magic going at it, and Miami is out to a 5-0 lead here in the first 90 seconds of the game. Did they close that?
Orlando closed 1.5.
Okay, so they took flip, and they even went up a little bit more. Okay, so both these teams going into the game. Miami lost 3 straight, including, Paul, they lost by 16 at home to Sacramento.
Yeah,
what was that?
That was shocking.
However, for the Magic, there is no Franz Wagner. He's going to be out. They're saying it, 2 to 4 weeks. They did get Paulo Banchero back a couple of games ago. And now it's 8-0 Miami. Out to a quick start here. We'll see if they keep playing at this.
They will.
Yeah. And make it 10-0 now. I think that's a basket by Hero and a possible and one. So if you want Orlando, by the way, now is probably a decent time to hop in live.
Winners come out here Saturday, 2:30 Pacific and 6 o'clock Pacific. The thinking is by some that it's going to be more of a playoff type feel. Plays defense, the money on the line. Orlando opened 237.5 down to 234.5, and the late game Knicks and Raptors 231 down to 226. With that total, the Knicks opened 3.5. They're up to 5.5 in that game.
Yeah. So right now the Heat are a 4.5-point favorite. Just like that in the NBA. Human says this all the time, specifically in this league.
I agree with him.
Right, especially when it's around a point or a pick'em, that you're going to get a much better number. And this game's not even 2.5 minutes in, and now Miami's up 13-0. You can grab 5.5 with Orlando. Like they'll make a run at some point, right? It's going to be a typical NBA game, I would think, unless it's just going to be turned into a 60-point blowout, and that's it.
13-0.
Yeah.
My God.
Total up to 238.5 now.
Oh man,
he can't miss to begin the game.
Yeah.
Another basket by Hero. And there's a quick timeout by Mosley and the Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. What a start there.
Give me your take on the Knicks. What do you think so far? 2 seed, blessed by the schedule, 13-1 at home. Hardly played any road games.
I think they can come out of the East.
Yeah.
That's, Captain Obvious, hello. But how many teams in the Eastern Conference are better than the Knicks?
I think the Celtics thing is fake. It's obviously not sustainable, and it's just everything's going in. They're number one going back in offensive efficiency, and it's just...
they're 8-2 in their last 10. They're a game and a half back of the Knicks. I doubt that's going to be a thing for the entire year. If it is, good for them. But I'm with you on that. Like how many... The Pistons, are they better than the Knicks? I know this. They were robbed last year in that playoff series.
Mm-hmm.
horrendous calls by the referees. And I thought the Pistons should have won that series. And then I thought they were live in the next series against Boston. And then Tatum goes down with the injury. So who knows?
Would you trade for Giannis?
1,000% no way.
You wouldn't?
Not a chance.
What?
Okay, Paul, make it work for me.
It's Cat and OG.
And
probably some, I don't know how many picks you
have. A lot of picks.
No, not a lot.
Then the answer is no, I'm not trading him.
Well, if the guy's, you're going to do the guy a solid. If the guy's going to say, listen, I want out, they're going to help him out and probably help him to his destination. It's not like going to get, you're not going to top that deal other than a treasure chest of picks from other organizations.
Giannis, if he took 2 seconds to think about the deal, would say, you're going to trade back Karl Anthony Towns and Anunoby. It's going to take more than that. The Bucks would be have to be drug tested if they would trade Giannis for those two guys. And then Giannis is going to say, wait, they're going to gut their entire team, and now I have nobody to play with other than Brunson? That's idiotic when I could go somewhere else like Houston or San Antonio or another team that would not gut their team and make it work, and I could still go there and maybe win a championship right away. No way, no how would I trade if I'm the Knicks. But it's James Dolan we're talking about here.
Well, we just saw what happened with Luka, too. And the haul, there wasn't a haul for Durant and other players. And I think that the days of the Bridges and the other trades and Mitchell, those days are long gone about all the crazy picks. The Gobert thing. I mean, how bad was that trade?
Well, then the Bucks just have to say, sorry, we're not going to make it happen. Can't do it. Because the Bucks should be set up for a long time if they trade this guy. You can accept nothing less. Can't do it.
Well, it's also what he's thinking as well. You made a strong case, but does he think, get me to the Mecca? And that's where I want to go. Remember the whole how Carmelo Anthony played that thing. All he had to do was wait. He had to wait like 6 more months.
Right.
But he was impatient, so then the Knicks gave up all their assets to get him when he was going to go there anyways.
So if they made that trade, and it's Karl Anthony Towns, it's Anunoby, and it's more than that, would you honestly think the Knicks could win the Eastern Conference this year?
Yes.
Paul, how?
He's a star.
What does that mean? What does that mean? That means
he's a top
nothing.
5 player in
so
the
you
league.
have 2 guys. It's a team game.
Oh, come on.
You're going to have 2 guys win the East?
Anunoby's always hurt, even though I like him, and he's better than Cat.
Oh, my God. No way, no how.
Come on. Have you watched how the Cavs are playing?
Yeah, they're not great right now. The current makeup of the Knicks would have a much better chance to win the Eastern Conference than if they traded a bunch of dudes. By the way, you're way light on the trade. You got to come to your senses here. It's not going to be Karl Anthony Towns and Anunoby.
Why not? Who else what is he asking for?
It's a horrible deal, that's why.
For who?
For Giannis.
You think the Bucks get robbed in that hole?
Yes, because again, the answer is there are 10 teams in the league that could come up with a better package tomorrow than that from the Knicks.
Oh, we disagree. I think you're nuts.
Okay.
And 18-2, by the way. What is going on?
Wow, we're not even 3 minutes in.
Oh, man.
They're now 6.5.
Yeah.
Now 7.5. And is there a spot you're going to want to hop in on the Magic here, expecting a run? The Heat are minus 270 to win the game now, all of a sudden. No, I don't want to see Giannis go to the Knicks under any circumstance.
Now, here's my point. You wonder if these guys pay attention to what's going on and then if there are rumors and how it could affect their play if that happens. But they're 5.5 tonight, 226 against the Raptors. And while the Raptors were a good story, I think now we're seeing, okay, back down to earth. And if the Knicks can take them out tonight. And Knicks against whoever wins tonight's a good matchup out here, too. And the league is praying for the Lakers to win tomorrow because this is a Laker town, and that would be enormous. You said, you're probably right. Thunder against whoever wins the game with hopefully Wemby comes back.
Oh, if he's back, yeah.
But if it's Thunder against the Lakers out here, that'll be awesome.
Well,
and then the winners meet on Tuesday.
Yeah, if you get a semifinals of those 2 teams and then you throw in the Knicks, and, no offense to the Magic, but with no Franz Wagner, I mean, clearly the Heat are a sexier team. And with the whole Heat-Knicks rivalry that goes back, 25 years now, that's a pretty damn good semifinals in the Cup to get if they actually get that. Now, Knicks, again, they won 3 straight, 8-2 in their last 10. Raptors, as you said, it was a great story. And maybe it still turns out to be that way. But they've lost 3 straight, blown out by Charlotte, and I like Charlotte this year, but they're only 7-17 on the year. And then I think the story here has been how they were so good with the defense for, I don't know, the first month, maybe 5 weeks of the year, then 123 to the Lakers, 121 to the Celtics. They played this Knicks team last Sunday in New York. They got blown out by 22. Now, the Knicks, again, only 3-6 on the road this year. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Because they've been so good at the Garden.
Yeah. Brown's done a nice job with the offense. I want to see the pace get better, though, as they're 26th in pace. That wasn't expected. They were supposed to push it. Brunson, Freak, Bridges, Hart. You don't think that team is nasty? Oh, man, I'm surprised at you.
Who's it again?
Brunson, Freak, Bridges, Hart. And the other guy, I'm moving 2 guys.
Again, you're not keeping all those players in that deal. Under no circumstance would the Milwaukee Bucks trade Giannis for Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby.
All right.
That's so lopsided that immediately goes down as one of the worst trades that you can get. That's not Luka for Anthony Davis, but that's a slam dunk home run for the Knicks to do that deal. And the Bucks would hang up immediately and say, "Try again."
Maybe they'll want to rebuild. Maybe they're not interested in all those picks, opposed to not starting players coming back. Who knows what they think?
Yeah,
you know,
that would be okay. There are so many other options out there that would, I think, work a little bit better. Hell, the Nets have a better package probably to throw at them than the Knicks do. They had 5 first-round picks this last year. Anyway, so I don't want to get too far down the hole. But Magic on a mini run. They trail 20-7 now. 7:20 to play here in the first quarter.
Let me sneak this in, too, with the line moving in college. The Michigan game opened 148.5. It's up to 156.5. So we mentioned earlier, 4 straight games scoring at least 94 points. They are laying 18 now here at Circa against Nova. Nova's 7-1. They're not a tomato can. And then there was a 7-point move in the Dartmouth-Colorado State game. 158 down to 151, the total in that game. But this Michigan power rating.
Yeah, that's,
oh my God.
Wow.
Villanova.
I know.
18-point favorite.
Yeah. Derek Stevens on the program coming up next. We'll get a contest update from him. Millions, Survivor. He's the owner and CEO of Circa Las Vegas next year. And Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Time now, a weekly conversation here with Derek Stevens, who is the owner and the CEO of Circa Las Vegas, the Golden Gate, and the D. Good afternoon, Derek. Good to see you again. How are you?
Good to see you guys. All right.
We are down to 10 people in Circa Survivor. We went from 900 to 10 before you could blink. How about that?
Man, that was something. I'll tell you what, filming on Sunday, all of a sudden, nobody really thought that Tampa Bay was going to do what it did, but they did. And then the Browns, and next thing you know, we're at 45. We're down to 11, and that happened quickly. And then obviously what happened last night with the Eagles hurt. So yeah, down to 10.
Do you think this week is straightforward? If I make 2.5 the number for teams used, is that silly?
No, I think you're right on. Oh, I got my schedule here. Oh, look at this. Tim Murray with a delivery. Thank you.
Beautiful, Tim.
Yeah, beautiful maneuvers. No, I think you're right on. When you look at it, and you look at availability here, there's some availability with Philadelphia, got 9, 6 on Jacksonville, 6 on the 49ers, 0 Seattle.
Big.
0 Seattle. Big. So Seattle's done. There's a lot of teams that we're done with for the year. Baltimore, Denver, Detroit, Indy, Chargers, Rams, Seattle, all 0s. So they're all out of the equation now in Circuit Survivor.
So give us the team not named Philadelphia or San Francisco that gets used this weekend.
Well, I could see people taking Jacksonville.
Jacksonville would be one of them.
I think Jacksonville's going to be in the mix.
Yeah, because I think that that number is going to go over 2.5.
Yeah. when you look at Jacksonville, would you use them again, though? Well, you might, because you got Week 18 against Tennessee. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
49ers, though. 49ers, would you use them again? Maybe Week 17 against the Bears? Maybe. I don't see him using them against Seattle.
Well, yeah, there's a lot going on here. Number one, if you said for a while, Week 16's brutal. Week 16's brutal, and then it goes back to what do you have on Christmas? Because as you said, no Denver, no Detroit, 1 Kansas City, and 5 people have Dallas. So
Right.
then Washington comes into the fold.
Yeah, then Washington. That's right.
Oh, that's not going to be a fun team to go to war with
Can
right
you
now.
imagine that? Right? And then
And I think the one person with Kansas City left, think about that for a second, they use them in Week 16
yes, Tennessee.
against Tennessee.
Yeah.
They right? You're not going to save them for Christmas Day against Denver.
Yeah. You're right.
It's got to be a play there against
Yeah.
Tennessee.
This is wild.
That's right. There's only one with Kansas City left. Right.
Any advice for these people? The remaining 10? Not by 9 of the 10, by the way. 9 of the remaining 10 bought all 10 entries.
That's amazing.
There's one, yeah.
It's a lot different than last year. That where we had a few that were just 1 entry or 2 entries that made it all the way to the end. Advice? Yeah, get your credit lines going. I mean, I think, I know there's a lot of talk about chopping online, and I don't like this chop deal because somebody's going to try to take a cut out of it. So that's what gets me. I would develop your own head strategy. By now, everyone has their path. I mean, you're down to, a 5-teamer. You've got your path. So, just as an example, the one contestant that has Kansas City, how can this guy end up, engaging in a chop? He may have a better hand than everybody else left.
Yeah, you're right.
So, this isn't like it's worth 1.87. So how do you negotiate it? You might be thinking, well, I'm worth 2.2.
Sure.
Well, you got 10 people that are worth 2.2. Well, it's 18.7 million. So, I don't know. I actually don't really want to chop. I want this to roll. I like the way Circa Grandissimo ended up. It was a natural. It ended natural. 6.9 million divided by 6, all happened on 1 week. I don't know. This
You might get your way. There wasn't going to be a chop in Grandissimo, and it appears or at least we know there are 2 big poker players left out of the 10 here, and they are saying no chop either, apparently.
So you said get your credit line ready to rock and roll here. What's the biggest bet that you think you're going to be willing to take?
Well, I would tell you, we know that we're willing to take some big bets here, but it's not going to be an hour before kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to let people make a play and then let our guys do a little maneuvering. We're going to try to get some buyback. So if you've got the ability to buy into something at plus 300, okay, give us a little bit of room, a little time to maneuver. We're going to try to get some buyback on it. So a lot of it has to do with the time of it. If somebody's going to be coming in on Saturday for a Sunday game, we have a little room to maneuver. If it's an hour before kickoff, it's going to be a little different story. Like anything else,
If somebody on Thursday says, I want 7 figures, but not money line, I want to take the points on a big dog to try to win both bets, would you go that high?
Yeah, I mean, we got to go. We're not going to put ourselves in a position to get middle. We're going to be doing this as a favor to the individual.
No, you are.
To allow them to hedge out.
Mm-hmm.
We might take $500,000 on one number and then move it down or add some juice to give our guys a little bit of room to get some buyback. So that's kind of how it would have to come down.
Mm-hmm. And have you seen everybody betting the tie in the games that they're on as some sort of an insurance policy?
Not really.
No,
we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. We had a little bit of it, but not much. Not much. The tie's an interesting scenario too because there's going to be some limitations on what you take on a tie.
Almost had it last night.
Yeah, he almost had it last night.
Yeah.
I was quickly going through my review and like, hey, did somebody bet the tie? Nobody did.
Okay. So we got 4 weeks left, and millions is getting interesting as well. We have the coin hop, pass, potato knish, money gun. Guns went 4-1. He's making a push. This is getting wild here.
Coin hop's at first place, 50 and 20, 50 points. Potato commish, 48.5. Bruiser, 12.26. We haven't talked about Bruiser, 48 points. And Money Gun Guz at 47.5. If I was looking, is Money Gun Guz also on the back end on the booty?
He was for a while. I didn't look at the back end.
He
was.
I'm pretty sure I saw.
He's doing opposite.
Oh,
yeah.
no. You know what? I'm mixed up.
Okay.
That's Guns Button.
Okay.
Guns Button.
Different guns.
It might be his other alias.
It could be. Gunz Butman is 21-48-1. And then Money Gun Guz 47-22-1. Yeah, it could be his alter ego.
How about what happened to K-Pitch or K-Pick at the end of the last quarterly? So his entry was at the top, and then he had an entry at the bottom of the booby prize, so he was going opposite. And then with his entry at the top, he went 0-5.
Oh.
And then his entry for the booby prize went 5-0.
Oh, that's painful.
That's a gigantic kick to the stomach.
Man, oh man. Yeah. No, I think right now, we have 10 going into this week. I think all 10 come out of this week.
Yeah.
And I hope that's the case.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, a little bit of Christmas merriment in the air, and the stress starts building up. And good stuff.
You are Santa Claus. You are doing incredible things across the street at the Golden Gate. Can you fill people in on what you've added now, not only with the open bar and the free play, if you're a legend or a Maverick player with your title on your card level?
Yeah, we did. We did the night starts here, so open bar 6 to 7. You could get there anytime from 4 o'clock on. From 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, you get your check-in, you get your wristband, you get an envelope, little golden ticket envelope. You get anywhere from $5 to $1,000 of free play. All that stays the same, but now we just bumped it up a little bit. And if you're a Maverick or Legend, so that's our next level tiers, you get a little line pass, so you're a little so you can be quicker. We also set up a separate bar for that tier, so you can get your drinks a lot faster. And then you get a black envelope, which allows you to pick up either it bumps up the reward. So $10 minimum up to $1,000, a few more like 50s and 100s and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're doing this bonus at we're giving away $1,000 at 8 p.m. All the points you accumulate from 4 to 8. We have this leaderboard throughout, so you can watch this leaderboard. The more you play, you see your name going up and down the leaderboard, And then at 8 o'clock, it shuts off. And the top 10, they have to check in between 8:15 and 8:30, and they split $1,000. Now, if all 10 of them show up, they only get $100 a piece. Mm-hmm. If 3 show up, it's $333 a piece. If only one person shows at 8:30, you scoop the pool.
Okay.
So you don't know. So what your bonus is going to be depends on how many other guys stuck around till 8:30.
It's like a mystery envelope that you're going to get.
We're giving away $1,000 at 8:30, no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what. It just depends how many of the other people hung around. How
was the rodeo, and how has that been?
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. Are you betting it, by the way? This betting on the rodeo now is up 500% this year. It's up, and we're only doing pro bull riding. And we're doing steer wrestling. Steer wrestling is who we sponsor, who's here every day. The odds have been great, and people are betting it like crazy.
That's amazing.
Great
Thanks
job.
for the time as always, Derek. We appreciate that. Our in-pocket plays are coming up next here on VSiN.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're on.
Props can be a funny game. Herbert was the quarterback who took off nonstop, and not Hurts, which was backwards. The guy with the broken hand, although had to run for his life because of that Philly pass rush and Chargers O-line. 7 sacks, led the team in rushing, and had the long one early. Hurts, 5 yards rushing each quarter, plus 850 at Caesars. No good. And the kicking props continue to be phenomenal. And what a run on these primetime games. Both teams to make a 33-yard field goal. Dicker over 1.5. How about over 3.5 and 4.5? Those are winners. And also the Malinsky specials. Thanks to Jonathan Davis and everyone sending them in as well. There have been plenty of Malinsky specials in hockey. And the Kings beat Utah last night as well. I'm going against Paul Stone. I like Navy on Saturday. Then I want to come back and bet on Army in the bowl game, and that has moved. $1.45 against UConn at Fenway as Mora leaves, and we'll see how many players decide I'm out too. Steelers on the money line against the Dolphins Monday night. Roll Tide, $1.20 against Oklahoma. And the Bears to miss the playoffs, plus 160. Good luck.
All righty. Recapping the plays I had from last night. I was with you with the Hurts. Nothing designed.
No.
Not getting him going. Really weird to watch that. The under got there, under 42.
Never in doubt.
I know people...
Oh, you should have been... If you would have lost that, that's an outrage.
Well, people who had the over were pissed off that they lost.
Oh, come on.
That game was trending under... You needed a lot for that game to go over. So, under got there. Adding some more plays here. Pending coming up this week. Yeah, this goes back to the look-ahead lines from last week. Seahawks minus 3.5 against the Colts. They're up to 13 in that game. Are we going to see Phillip Rivers this Sunday?
No.
Can't, right?
No. Steichen said it looks like Leonard will go. Now, does Rivers, is he just insurance in case something happens to Leonard, or does he actually start Monday night against the Niners? That I don't know.
Right.
But 44 years old and coming back, knows the offense. I think that's going to take time, though, as well. And I would think it's Riley Leonard. And if is it someone else? I can't imagine if Riley Leonard can't go, they're going to throw the guy in there against Seattle. Who can't move.
Well, by the way, against that defense, what if Riley Leonard gets hurt again?
Sure.
They're going to have no other option, pretty much.
They do have Brett Rippon, but I don't know.
I want Rivers to come out and look good. That's what I want. I think it'd be hilarious actually if he did.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to bank on him going out there and looking like an effective NFL quarterback.
No. Well, how about the quote though? Well, we worked him out and he threw the ball. Well, okay, he's just sitting in the backyard throwing the ball.
Yeah, I know.
I would hope he would look okay.
I know.
He was a great NFL quarterback. I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, if Eli's going to get in, he's got to get in.
Yeah. Thunder pending to win the Cup, plus 225. They get the Suns tomorrow night. I think they're laying, 14, 15 in that game?
Correct, sir.
And then if they win that one, they'll get the winner of the Spurs-Lakers in the Final Four of the NBA Cup. The new stuff. So we talked about this earlier. Yeah, I'm on the Seahawks again next week. This is the Thursday night game. Books are all over the map. I get it's around the money line. But Seahawks plus 1.5, minus 120 against the Rams on Thursday night. And then take UConn first half tonight, minus 1.5, minus 118 against Florida, playing this game at Madison Square Garden. I was actually impressed by the second half. You had to be by Florida in the second half at Duke. They almost won the game. And I just think this is going to be a tough spot for their guards against Hurley and company. And UConn's loaded again this year. And this will be 100% pro UConn. They played Illinois earlier this year at the Garden. And they beat them by 13, I believe, was the final margin in that spot. So this is the friendly confines here at Madison Square Garden, I think will be good early for the Huskies in this spot.
All right, very good. Good luck.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte. Get festive with an iced gingerbread chai or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks. There was I looked, by the way, tonight for any other Malinsky specials in the NHL. There's nothing.
Big card, though.
Yeah.
And the first period and goal in the first 10 has been good stuff.
Do you have anything? Was there anything hot and trendy tonight for that?
No.
Yeah.
No, not that I saw that stuck out.
Okay, so based on what happened last night in the Chargers winning that game, and yesterday on the show when you were betting that team to miss the playoffs, plus 160, they are plus 260 to miss the playoffs now. Have you added more? Are you going to add more? Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah. I think it's worth a bet. Because also now what happens, are the Colts back in this? I mean, if this guy, if he's a better option than Leonard, or if they somehow can play and it's just, okay. I think I would see it as a farce too. But and that would be wild if he starts against San Francisco in the Monday night game. Kansas City on life support, but also what happens with Baltimore. I just don't think Baltimore can run the table. I give up on the Ravens. Do the Steelers just implode? They should be higher with their odds to win the division. But Baltimore turning the ball over, Lamar's hurt. They would have to go to Lambeau and win. They would have to go to Pittsburgh and win. They have to go to Cincinnati and win. Mm-hmm. And they have to beat the Patriots. They're not going to run the table. So I just think but the Chargers could lose out, though. I mean, they're dogs in Dallas. It's going to be a brutal matchup at home against Houston. They have to go to Denver, final game, see how they play that. And I expect them to play people because it means something with the 1 seed and home field. And then they, at Kansas City's no gimme Sunday. They're a 4.5-point underdog there.
And right now, odds to win the comeback player of the year in the NFL, McCaffrey is odds on, then Dak Prescott not far behind him. Now, all of a sudden, Phillip Rivers, third shot in the board. Don't bet him. He can't win the award. Can't win. He's going to have, unless he has to get thrown in there against the Seahawks, we're talking about 3 games potentially. And this is exactly what happened with Joe Flacco a couple years ago. This is more extreme. But when Flacco came back off the couch and won that award in the final month for the Browns, they changed their award and said, no, you need to be coming back from like an injury here. So that's that. And I will point out that there's been some steam today on DeMeco Ryans to win NFL Coach of the Year.
Very good.
He was 125 or 150 to 1 this morning. That's no longer available from what I understand. If they win out and go 12-5 after they were 0-3, how about that?
Ton of injuries.
Yeah.
Number 1, Mills held it down. He did an excellent job in there. And also not to have Collins. That's not bad. They run the table, win the division?
If they win the division,
Good angle.
And I tell you right now that
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, they can beat anybody in the NFL.
Yes. The New England thing's fascinating with May and Vrabel. Where it's, okay, you were favored in 11 games, though, before the season started. We expected you to be good.
I know.
So 13 wins get it done? Vrabel's a big favorite now, and then if the Bears keep losing games, and I think they will, but the schedule's been so easy, but certainly they're a good team, and May's been phenomenal. But you were favored in 11 games. I can't just say, oh, my God.
I will say, books, they completely over-adjust to some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Watch what happens to Vrabel's number if they lose to Buffalo.
Good point.
It'll come back to a pick'em.
Right.
Or maybe a little bit of plus money. I mean, Ben Johnson went from 3-1, if that. Again, they're tied with Green Bay 21 apiece. If Williams hits if he hits DJ Moore in the drag route, or he hits the receiver in the end zone, they're going to go for 2 if they win that game. Yeah. They lost a coin flip game and he drops to 12-1. It's asinine to me.
Yep. What if Seattle wins next week?
Of course, that's another guy.
McDonald's is right there.
Yeah, he is.
Done an excellent job. I mean, no one wanted Sam Darnold. Oh, no, you can't sign him. No way. You're making a huge mistake. Look how he played the last couple games. You can't take Sam Darnold. And he's had some poor moments, but if they're able to win the division with him, and not to mention what he does with JSN every week.
Well, he's going to have an incredible case if the Seahawks win that division, hence then being the 1 seed in the NFC. The NFC is, come on, let's be honest here. It's so much better than the AFC. And if the voters actually gave it to him under that scenario, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense to me. I have zero money on McDonald to win the Coach of the Year. He's going to have a great case if that happens.
Yes, he will.
By the way, the Magic are back in this game. Okay. Funny how that works in the NBA. 37-29 now, Heat. 9 minutes to play second quarter. That was, 18-2 or something like that?
Yeah.
And right now, the Heat are laying 4.5 in the game. Right, that's it for us. Stay tuned. VSiN Primetime next. Tim Murray, Matt Humans for 4 hours, leading in to Dustin Sweetelson, cashing out. Wake up tomorrow morning with Dave and Jensen, VSiN by the books at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Good luck tonight.